Well, you could say this is going well. Alright, so we just pulled in the Camaro to the OG shop where I kind of started this channel. The other one has the Blazer sitting in it and it's taking up all the space, so we're back in this one for now since that's where I got room. Because it's been raining pretty much every day, so there's no working on this car outside. But real reason we're here, we finally got some upgrades coming. This car has been rocking the stock 10-bolt rear end, and if you might have noticed in the last video when I tried to do a burnout, it was a one-wheel peel. Well, we can't have that. So I called up my friends over at Quick Performance and they hooked us up with a 9-inch rear end for this thing. This car is equipped with like 277 stock gears, and I wanted to keep the gearing low for this thing due to the fact that it's mostly going to be a burnout car. I don't expect it to win any drag races by any means. So I wanted to keep the gearing low. So I ended up going with a 325 rear gear in it. So we're going to get a little bit better gear out of this car. I think it will help on the 1-2 shift because first gear and second gear just seem really like lazy kind of. Almost acts as if it's a stall converter. Once you get up in the RPM and get some speed under the car, you don't notice it, but down low going through town you really notice it. So I'm hoping to see a little bit of improvement there. So with that being said, we got the car jacked up in the air. I just pulled the tires off. Now we're going to start getting the stock rear end unbolted from the car. Well, you could say this is going well. Every bolt on this rear end is seized into the bushings. There's a metal sleeve that goes through the middle and the bolt is seized into that. And I had good luck with the Blazer just lighting the bushings on fire, and it would heat it up enough that you could get in there with a punch and kind of knock it free. It's really hard to see, but I twisted the nuts off every one. Like it's not going well. I am really regretting not replacing our panhard bar and our lower control arms with tubular right now. But luckily we're able to get new bushings at O'Reilly's for these stock ones, so yeah, I'm going to keep lighting stuff on fire and hopefully not burn everything down today. Well, that took way longer than it should have, but we got her. Now we're on to the last one. The passenger side actually came right out, luckily. What an absolute disaster, but out with the old, in with the new, shiny, new bolts. Should go together 1,000 times easier than it came apart. Now I need to let the shop air out because it smells like nasty burnt bushings in there. I can't hardly breathe. So yeah, go get lunch and we'll be back to her. Alright, we got our third member assembled here with our 320 gears. You can see our pattern looks real nice in the middle. That'd been nice if I had the housing upside down maybe. Alright, we're going to take a quick break here. Go. Ideally it would have been nice to powder coat our case here, but when it's all assembled, and I know they did it, so it's going to be right versus me putting this together, I'm gonna leave it for now and we'll slap some paint on it down the road. We'll get this tightened down, then we can bolt on our brackets for our calipers and everything, and then slide our axles in. These housings, the biggest benefit is how simple they are. Like, you could have a third member set up for drag racing, pop this out, put another one in, so that way it's road friendly, you know, with different gears, maybe a different locker. This housing is more so set up for the performance side of things. It's got a full spool in it, so going around corners, it's gonna chirp the tires because basically both tires are spinning the exact same. It's gonna work out just perfect for us. Check this out. We got a matching sticker for the housing. Went ahead, tightened up all our bolts there, got our brackets tightened. I have our brake caliper bracket just sitting there loosely. I'll attach those once I get to that. I went ahead and got our lower trailing arms out of the way. So now I'm ready to finally try and slide this under myself. Let's see how this goes. Heck, I might not even be able to lift it. I don't know. We'll find out. Swing with it. Oh, dear Lord. Oh. Oh. Oh, goodness. Yep. She gained a few pounds with the axles in that center. So my plan is I'm gonna get this thing slid into place, hook up my lower control arms, now kind of help stabilize it, and then when I took this off, the shocks really held it up, so I think I'll set our coil springs in there and then work on one end to try and get our shocks bolted in, and that should hopefully help. It does have a set of Bilstein shocks on it, so that's good, even though they're probably 40 years old. To get our UMI Performance lower trailing arms, these go on each side on the bottom. Now I opted with these because, well, they're a lot stronger, and two, it's what Quick Performance had in stock, so I went with those. I'm pretty sure a piece of re-rod would probably have been better than what I pulled out of here. Well, it's official. She is on the ground, bolted in. We got oil in it. Wheels are torqued. I even greased the bushings. Went above and beyond for this thing. Let's pull her out of the garage and see if those new gears make a difference.
Yeah, it did.
Well, we made it to the car show. Kind of parked by a quick booth over here. What do you got to say?
I think that you need to start a vote on whether or not we're going to be able to make it home in this. So for Shelby's vote, I vote no.
It's well, we'll make it home. I don't know if the car is going to make it home. Yeah, we're entered in the burnout competition. So far, I got about 100 miles on the rear end, and all is going well with it. I still don't have the brakes hooked up, but you don't need those for burnouts. I got the nitrous on standby, just in case I need it for when I click it into overdrive to spin the tires. It's a lot more aggressive with the new gear, so I don't know. I did some test burnouts last night. It went into overdrive and started spinning, but Figured I'd wait to burn them off till the night. Doesn't have the brakes.
Give them what they want.
Oh, run it back! Cop couldn't do the burnout. Well, I'd say she's toast, as well as that one. She's even going flat. There is no tread left on these things. Got the car back to the house. Luckily, all went awesome at this car show. It's one of my favorite ones, and you know, it's been at least a couple years since I entered a car into something, and I gotta say that it was an absolute blast. The tires were 15 years old, dry rotted and everything else, even though they had a lot of tread. So it's been one thing on the list of things to do is put new tires on. So what better way to go ahead and go burn them off. So if you have any interest in a quick performance rear end housing, give those guys a call. Reach out by phone rather than the website. Really cool group of guys there. They can answer any questions you have. They have all kinds of different parts. Let them know what you're building. They'll give you the best of the best. So with that being said, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.